Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, I'm Nurul Tri Amarwati, bringing you live updates from Jakarta. In a world where global uncertainties and economic protectionism are on the rise, Indonesia is sending a powerful message of resilience. While many nations are restricting export to save their own supplies, Indonesia proudly steps forward, declaring that it can stand firmly on its own feet. From ending rice import reliance to achieving massive surplus million tons, the government insisted that food security is no longer just an economic goal. It is a matter of national dignity and the ultimate honor for our farmers. How did Indonesia turn things around, and what does this mean for the future of our food and energy independence? Let's take a deep dive into the story right now. Good day, viewers. Today we are looking closely at a major statement coming straight from the Indonesian capital. Coordinating Minister for Food Affairs, Zulkifli Hasan, has recently shared an inspiring update about the country's economic and agriculture journey. Speaking at the 8th Indonesian Muslim Congress in Jakarta, Minister Hasan highlighted a very important reality of our modern world. Global protectionism is growing. Across the globe, political tension, conflicts, and climate change are the causing unpredictable disruption. Because of these pressures, many countries around the world have chosen to look inward. They are keeping their food supply strictly at home and cutting down on export to protect their own citizens. For a developing nation like Indonesia, this global trend suffers as a serious warning. It's proof that depending heavily on other countries for basic needs is a dangerous gamble. Minister Hassan captured this sentiment clearly when he told the audience, "In this global situation, we can only rely on our self-help." Rather than panicking over global shortage, Indonesia has taken proactive measures. The government shifted its focus away from import center policies and moved toward empowering local farmers. And today, those efforts are showing remarkable results. Let us look at the numbers because they tell a very clear story of success. For many years, Indonesia relied heavily on buying rice from international markets to feed its massive population. However, that narrative changed dramatically. Minister Hassan proudly announced that Indonesia officially ended its reliance on imported rice. Instead of importing millions of ton rice, as it did in previous years, Indonesia recorded a massive surplus, 4.2 million metric tons. To put that into perspective, just a year prior, the country had to import around 4.5 million tons, achieving a multi-million ton surplus in such a short window, a historic turning point for the nation's agriculture sector. Government leaders, including President Prabowo Subianto, have repeatedly stressed that a nation through trade is measured by its ability to feed its own people. When a country can produce enough rice to fill its nation reserve to record-breaking level, surprising 5 million tons of government rice reserve in recent data, it creates a powerful shield against external economic shock. Indonesia's success story, however, does not stop at rice. True food sovereignty requires security across multiple food groups. The government strategy push has successfully expanded self-sufficiency to several other essential commodities. Official projections and report confirm that domestic production now comfortably meets or exceeds nation demand across key items, including feed corns, table or consumer sugar, chicken eggs, chicken meat, fish, and key horticultural items like shallots, large chili, and giant pepper. Achieving sufficiency in these eight core categories mean that daily meals for millions of Indonesian families are increasingly supported by local farmers. local fishers, and domestic producers. It reduces market vulnerability and stabilizes price for everyday consumers. Behind this grand statistic are millions of hardworking individuals. The farmer and fisher of Indonesia, Minister Zulkifli Hasan, emphasized a vital emotional and social truth during address. Food self-sufficiency is deeply connected to national pride. Self-sufficiency is the honor of farmers, the honor of our family and the fellow citizen. Hassan states, food sovereignty is not merely about economics, it is about national dignity. To protect this dignity, the government had to change how it treats agriculture workers. In the past law, selling price for unshocked rice and expensive, hard to find fertilizer often left farmers struggling in poverty. Under current policies, the government has actively worked to improve the selling price for unchecked rice, expanded fair access to subsidies, fertilizers, and streamlined distribution networks. As a result, economic indicators like the Nation Farmer Exchange Rate, which measures the purchasing power and welfare of farming households, have climbed to historic heights. When farmers make a fair profit, they are motivated to produce more, invest in better methods, and keep the nation food chain strong. Furthermore, the government has called open community, academic and religious organizations, such as the participants of the Indonesian Muslim Congress, to contribute ideas. Solving fundamental challenges in farming and fishing requires total nation collaboration, ensuring that prosperity reaches rural area equability. And food security is only one half of Indonesian grand strategy for self-reliance. During the same discussion, government leaders point out an equally critical sector, energy security. Thus, as a country cannot rely on foreign nations for its rice, it cannot afford the trap by expensive imported fuel. To solve this, Indonesia is aggressively passing forward with advanced biofuel programs. Notably, the expansions of diesel fuel production mixed with high level of palm oil based on the biodiesel such as the B50 initiative, alongside effort to increase ethanol blending. Ethanol can be produced by domestically from everyday crops like cassava, corn, and sugarcane. By linking agricultural production directly to green energy creation, Indonesia is building a closed-loop economy. The crops grown by local farmers do not just end up on dinner table. They also have fuel cars, trucks, and industries across the archipelago. Minister Hassan reminded the public that passing out for food and energy security is the only way a large nation like Indonesia can truly stand firmly on its own feet. As we wrap up this deep dive, the message from Jakarta is crystal clear. While the rest of the world worries about trade restriction, food inflation, and geopolitical conflict, Indonesia has chosen a path of self-reliance, hard work, and structural reform. With record high rice reserves, self-sufficiency across multiple essential commodities, surging farmer welfare, and aggressive steps toward green energy, Indonesia is transforming its position. What used to be an import-dependent market is now turning into a confident nation that efficients itself as a future global food supplier. A true food burn for the world. The journey is far from over and styling like climate change will always test the system, but with strong cooperation between the government, farmers, and the entire public, Indonesia has proven that it comes to feeding its people. It is ready to face the future independently. And reporting live from Jakarta, I'm Nurulji Amarwati. Thank you for listening and stay tuned for more updates. Thanks. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.